Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to the Basic Online Schooling. This is your accounting teacher, Rizvi sir. I hope all of you are fine by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today we are going to learn about the topic Statement of Financial Position from chapter 15. I know this is your favorite topic as well. So today we will learn first the definition of the Statement of Financial Position. What is a statement of financial position? The statement of financial position, often called the balance sheet, is a financial statement that reports the assets, liabilities, and equity of a company on a given date. In short, you can say it's a snapshot of what the company looked like at a certain time in history. After that, why do we need to prepare the statement of financial position? That means the purpose of the statement of financial position. So let's look at it. Statement of financial position help to know your financial status on a regular basis and also help to provide information about performance. Like at a certain time period, you need to know how much the asset you have at the end of the year, whether it is equal to the liabilities or not, whether the assets are able to repay your liabilities or not. So this is the purpose we have to prepare statement of financial position. So what's the method of preparing the statement of financial position? A simple method is given. Now we have already learned that the accounting equation. This is just the implementation of the accounting equation. That means assets equal to liability plus equity. Just an implementation of the accounting equation. So there are many ways to format the assets section, but the most common size balance sheet divides the assets into two subcategories. We know that there are non-current assets and the current assets. The non-current assets, which gives you benefit for a long period of time, that is more than a year, and the current asset, which gives you benefit for less than a year. This is and the similar treatment will be in case of liabilities. It has two subcategories: non-current liability and current liability. As you know, the equity is the ownership of the company. Now let's look at the format of the statement of financial position. This is the name of the company given and statement of financial position and the given date in the question. This is actually how it looks like. Look, it has two subcategories in case of assets: non-current assets and current assets. Then after that, we will get the total assets. And the next portion of this is equity and liability. We need to separately identify the equity first, then the liability, add them up together in order to get the total equity and liability. This is the short format I have been given to you as a detail sheet. Let's go to the practical implementation, how to solve the statement of financial position. This is the question given. The following is the trial balance of Joseph as at January 2018. Draw up a set of statement of financial position as at 31st January 2019. This is the question given. Look, the trial balance as at 31st January 2019. This is the appropriate trial balance. So we have all the information given. We need the closing inventory, which is not given in the trial balance. Here we have the inventory, the closing inventory, and profit for the year has been amounted 1,10,000. Okay, now let's solve this. As you can see in the answer part, there are two subcategories of assets: non-current and current assets. In the non-current assets, in the question, we have four informations. The first one is fixtures, the building, the van, and the laptop. So we need to add them together in order to get the non-current asset value. The total amount of non-current asset amount is 1,92,000. After that, the current asset amount is given How many items are in the current assets? Let's see. The trade receivable, the prepaid expense, the income owing, and the closing inventory. So these four items are included in the current assets. Now, the total amount of the current asset is 36,000. What we need to do in order to get the total asset? Yes, we need to add the non-current asset and the current asset together. So the total asset amount is 2,28,000. Now we just move on to the second portion of this, that is equity and liability. Equity, the amount of the equity is given 65,500 in the question. And in the note section, we have profit for the year 1,10,000. We need to add them together. Then it will be considered as a new capital. Then after that, we need to minus the drawings from here in order to get the total equity. Because you know that the drawings always decreases the capital, the equity. Then we have got the total equity amount is 1,71,500. Now move on to the liability sections. So first of all, it has two categories. We know that non-current liability and the current liability. As you can see, there is no non-current liability item given in the question. So we will just keep it empty like that. Move on to the current liability. There are four items given in the question as the current liability. Number one is bank overdraft. Second, accrued expense, which is expense owing. Trade payable, short-term bank loan. We need to add them together and put the amount in the last column, 56,500. Now we need to add the total equity and total liability in order to get the total equity and total liability amount. So we have got the 2,28,000 amount of total equity and total liabilities. Now you can see that the total asset and the total equity and liability amount is same. That means this is the perfectly this can show you that statement of financial position is correct, and this is the perfect implementation of the counting equation K equal to L plus E. So that's all for today. I hope we will meet on the next class. Assalamu alaikum. Allah Hafiz.